Hello, Allan Ruhl here from allanruhl.com. I just want to reflect on the recent interview I had with Chea. That's the last interview on my channel. You can go and watch it. But before I get to that, I want you to take a look at this screen. What is on the screen in front of you? It's a city. You could probably tell it's a Muslim city. Yes, and it's a painting. It's an older painting. It's a painting of 17th century Constantinople, the capital of the Ottoman Empire. Of course, it used to be the capital of the most successful Christian empire, the Roman or Byzantine Empire, at least till that time. And then in 1453, it gets sacked by the Turks, and the jewel of Christendom gets transformed into a Muslim city within a couple of decades. This is probably 150, 200 years after the sack, because it's 17th century, and there's no Christian character to the city anymore, and there is until this day. Most people know about how the Hagia Sophia was converted into a mosque, but the truth is pretty much every major church in the city was converted to a mosque. The Cora Church, the Pamacaristos Monastery. There was this one really nice Catholic church in this one quarter of the city. It was converted into a mosque. Not all of them immediately, but within 50, 100 years, they'd converted all the really nice churches into mosques. And the small remaining Christian population was ghettoized. It's a very depressing point in history. Very depressing. Now, I'm going to get back to this, but the whole Chea interview, I mentioned that North America, South America, and Western Europe have essentially been taken over by a horde of leftists, anti-Christian leftists. Now, as I also pointed out, there are holdouts. Texas being a holdout. In Canada, there aren't really any holdouts. I know Alberta is considered the Texas of Canada, but it's not the same thing in the way Texas has traditional values. But yeah, as Jackie pointed out, they are under attack, especially in places like Austin, but in other places as well. The whole thing with the genderbread man. Just think, 20 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, this stuff would have been unthinkable. Unthinkable. And why did it happen? Because there's evil people out there? No, there's always evil people out there. And the evil people succeeded in Austin, in other places, because the Christian people did not have their act together. Because Christians today are spineless and cowards. That's probably the ultimate goal of my YouTube channel and my website, to make better Christians better. Go to Mass, pray the rosary, do what you can. I mean, if you're Catholic, I guarantee you have a Catholic friend who's lapsed. What are you doing to make them non-lapsed? You better be doing something. Like, just think of someone right now that you know who hasn't been to church in years, and make that your project for the rest of 2020. Try to bring someone back. Because the more people we bring back, the more effect we're going to have. Yes, we have our holdouts, but we need to expand them. We need to expand to places that have been conquered. In the summer of 2018, I was in Poland. And there is a church on every block, and they love their faith. And all of my Catholic friends are like, wow, I wish Canada was like Poland, America was like Poland. Well, what are you doing to make your country like Poland? We got to do what we can. And it's true that Christ promised that the gates of hell would not prevail against his church, but that's the global church. Yeah, we're going to survive globally. It doesn't mean certain regions won't be lost. For example, look at St. Augustine. St. Augustine is born in modern day Algeria. What what's modern day Algeria today? Are there any Catholics there? No, there isn't. There aren't any. It's taken over by Muslims, and so what you need to do, if you're a believer, you need to ask yourself what you're going to do for the rest of 2020 and 2021 and every year after that, until we become a Christian state that honors the kingship of Christ, or at least has some common decency not to have the stupid genderbread man or drag queen story hour or pride parades or any of this nonsense. What are you doing to stop that? Now take a look at the city of Constantinople again. Once 4 ecumenical councils were held in this city, 4 church councils in the first millennium. It continued until the second millennium. And then what happened? Some people took over and the glorious city was gone. The wrong people took over. And the wrong people have taken over a lot in North America, South America, and Western Europe. It's not the same people that took over Constantinople, and it's not going to be. But they're just as anti-Christian. They don't honor God. They honor man. They honor man. They've put man in God's place. That's why they can do stuff. That's why you have fake Christians like Michael Corrin, who basically call evil good and good evil. So, I mean, what are you to do? You're to live your faith, read the Bible, attend church, pray the rosary, and invite your lapsed friends back to church. We got to grow our ranks. I mean, the states in Canada, the states in English-speaking Canada, are about 20 to 25% Catholic, but only about 4 or 5% of those are active in the faith. The rest they go twice a year or not even. I mean, maybe Catholics could team up with evangelicals for this common goal to try to just force these people out. You know, it's not good, and it's not getting any better. Think where we were 20 years ago and think today. It's gone in the wrong direction. Let's make the 20 years go in the other direction. Read the Bible, pray the rosary, go to church, read the church fathers, do what you can. Bring your friend back to church. This is Allan Ruhl signing off. God bless.